Hi guys, so this video is a review of adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. It is super important to have this done before your performance task on Wednesday, that you will be allowed to use this for your performance task. Alright, so you definitely want to have this done before that. So, let's quickly review things to remember when adding and subtracting polynomials. So the first thing is when you're adding and subtracting polynomials, you're essentially combining like terms. But it's important to note that your exponents stay the same. When you're multiplying, your exponents change. Okay, and your exponents change by adding them. All right, when we have perimeter problems, that means we are adding or subtracting. When we are multiplying, that's when we are talking about area problems. Okay. So we're going to go through 3 examples. Again, this will be very helpful for your exam on Wednesday. So what is the perimeter of the rectangle? And they give us the length and the width, and it's labeled for us in the picture. So the first thing I like to do when I see a picture with some labels is I want to make sure to label the missing sides. So if I know the missing sides, I can do that. And I know it when it's a rectangle because opposite sides are always equal. So for example, this side we know is the same as the opposite side. So that means this blue side must be 3x squared plus 6x minus 10. And now this red side is opposite of this other red side, so that means this must be 3x plus 5. So when you get your performance task on Wednesday, you want to make sure to fill in the sides that aren't written in, and that will really help you visualize what needs to be solved for. So when it says the perimeter means to add all sides together. All right, so let me call this side A, B, C, and D. So when I'm setting this up, I'm adding all 4 sides. All right, so I'm going to make my bubbles. And I'm just going to put little marks for all 4 things, so that way I don't forget to include anything. All right, so side A is 3x plus 5. Side B, 3x squared plus 6x minus 10. Side C is 3x plus 5. And side D. All right, and I'm going to put my placeholders are zeros. And lastly, when I'm doing this, I need to make sure I am putting my symbols, and in this case, we are finding the perimeter, so everything is addition. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so I have 0 plus 3x squared plus 0 plus 3x squared. That's 6x squared. Then I have 3x plus 6x plus 3x plus 6x. That is 18x. And then 5 take away 10 plus 5 take away 10. That's minus 10. All right, so that means this is the perimeter. All right, now it asks for the area. Area is when I am multiplying the length times the width. Okay, and that is just using sides A and sides B. So I'm going to use box method. And side A is 3x plus 5. Side B is 3x squared plus 6x minus 10. So I only need two things for area, but when I'm doing perimeter, I need as many sides as they have. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and multiply. So 3x times 3x squared is 9x cubed. 3x times 6x, if I'm going this way and this way, is 18x squared. Now I'm doing 3x and negative 10. That's negative 30x. Now I'm doing 3x squared times 5, which gets me 15x squared. Six x times 5. That's me 30x. And lastly, negative 10 times 5 is negative 50. All right, so now I'm going to look at my like terms. So I have my squared like terms here. And then I see here that I have my x like terms. All right, so this gets me 15 plus 18, which is 33x squared. And this actually gets me 0x, so 0, they cancel each other out. So let's go ahead and write our final answer. So I have 9x cubed plus 33x squared plus 0, but I'm not going to include that, and then minus 50. This is my area. All right, last thing. If the perimeter of the pentagon below is this, so it's giving me the answer for perimeter, and they want us to find the missing side marked with the question mark. All right, so how do we do that? In order to do that, I need to figure out my total of what I do have. So I'm going to add, I'm going to label these. Okay, I'm going to add these all up. And notice how I'm skipping a space for my like terms. I don't want to get confused. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my placeholders. And I'm going to go ahead and add these all up. Okay, so this gets me 7x to the 4th, 9x cubed, negative 4x squared, 3x, and negative 4. Now the reason I did this is because this tells me all of the other sides except my missing question mark. So what I'm going to do to figure out what that question mark is I'm going to take my perimeter and I'm going to subtract it with my answer from the rest of the total. So this is my answer, right? So I'm taking the perimeter and I'm subtracting it with what I found to figure out what's left. So I'm going to move this a little tinier. And I'm going to move this over here. And my perimeter has to go first. So I'm trying to figure out what's left over after I take away that answer. And I'm going to put my placeholder in there because I see my perimeter is missing an x term. And the answer I got was this. Okay, and I'm subtracting them. So please make sure to put that in. And this gets me 0. This gets me 0. This turns into a plus, so I'm left with negative 2x squared minus 3x. This is a plus, and that's 14. So my missing side with my question mark is negative 2x squared minus 3x plus 14. Now I apologize that this is really long, but since we only have 2 videos this week, we wanted to make sure to include all of this information for you. Please make sure you are bringing this to your performance task. You can use it to help you. See ya.